was so good. Hey friends, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. We are on Vlogmas day 4. Today, I'm making something that normally I would get at Starbucks, but the version at Starbucks is like 30 to 40 grams of sugar, lots of carbs. We're taking out a keto. It's the Cranberry Bliss Bars. Essentially, it's a white chocolate brownie with cranberries and white chocolate chips on top and a cream cheese frosting. Sounds delicious. It is delicious, but I decided last night when I was going through the Starbucks drive-thru getting a cold brew, a keto cold brew, that I wasn't gonna splurge, I wasn't gonna cheat, I was gonna make my own. So I was waiting in the drive-thru. I looked up the ingredients and lo and behold, somebody already has, well, there's multiple copycat recipes out there, thank God. Keto, Copycat Starbucks, Cranberry Bliss Bars. These are all the ingredients you need. I had a lot of it, but I had to run to Publix last night and grab a few things. The only difference in the recipe that I'm doing is the original recipe has orange peel in it, and the recipe I'm following does not have orange peel, so I'm going to be using a little bit of orange peel. I think the worst part of baking is letting everything come to room temperature first. That's what I just spent the last little bit doing. This, when people call for this and the recipe, I always have to track it down. Not everybody has the brown version of Swerve. I don't know why, but it makes, when recipes call for this, anytime I ever follow a recipe online, it makes the recipe infinitely better. 1/2 cup of butter and 2/3 cup of the Swerve brown sugar. And yeah, this is one of those recipes that call for like an exact brand. I know I'm not like the biggest fan of that, but when a website has been doing recipes good for like so many years and all you're doing is taking their recipe and not changing anything on it, why, and you really just want something that tastes good, why are you gonna try to mess with it? I need new measuring cups. Look at this. I don't know. I think this one's a 1/4 is smaller than a 1/3. Okay. Yeah. You want to hear something funny? I'm in a foodie forum for one of the cities here in Orlando, and they were talking about the McRib, and there was a lot of contention, let's just put it that way. And someone linked to an article saying that Arby's tried back, I don't know, back in the 90s maybe, they tried, probably, I feel like it had to be in the 2000s. They tried to compete with the McRib, but they had a 1/3 pound McRib versus I guess a 1/4 pound McRib at McDonald's is what they have. And it failed because the general public thought a 1/4 pound McRib from McDonald's was more meat than the 1/3 pound from Arby's. Yeah. Showing my true American colors by looking at cups and not knowing what's what. No, I'm kidding. Just, you know, you have that brain fart every once in a while, so. If you're into baking at all, you know that you have to pack brown sugar into the cup. I treat Swerve the same way that you treat regular brown sugar. I pack that stuff into the cup. I call that well combined. I've got to add 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of ginger. They say to use fresh ginger if you have it. I don't have any. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla, so I'm gonna do that. Can you break an egg with one hand? I'm still working on it. Hey, not bad. Still work in progress. The last time I did that 2 days ago, I got eggshells all into my fried rice. I made chicken cauliflower fried rice, and I was definitely pushing some eggshells out. Don't tell my mom, because I think she eats some of it too. Why does 1 teaspoon of ginger feel like a lot? Feels like a lot. Maybe I'll just do a little bit less. Hot girl shit. You ever get a song stuck in your mind? Like TikTok has been getting so many songs stuck in my mind lately. And then we need the vanilla. I saw this video of this guy making his own vanilla. He literally just soaks vanilla pods in alcohol and I want to do it. Okay. I almost spilled the vanilla. Thank God there's like nothing left when it knocked over. That would have been really bad. Vanilla in, and now we're gonna combine. Truthfully, it almost looks like a real batter. Like you wouldn't know this was a keto batter if you weren't watching this video. Time for the dry ingredients. It's 2 cups of almond flour. I'm treating it like regular flour and I'm not packing it down. I'm using my half cup to measure into my full cup. And I know that we're not a cooking channel. In case you decide to make these after I rave about how delicious they taste, because I have a feeling that's gonna happen. I'm just sharing some of my tricks. I don't know why we're using gelatin, but we're gonna use gelatin. This is a tablespoon of gelatin. I have packets of gelatin. 1 envelope. I got these. 4 envelopes, they're 0.25 ounces each. There's 2 tablespoons in an ounce, so I need 2 packets. Yeah? Yeah, 2 tablespoons in an ounce. And I need 1 tablespoon, so 2 tablespoons in an ounce. So I need half of an ounce. This is half of an ounce. Yeah. Yeah. I really don't want to mess it up. So, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. All right, dry into wet, mix. Proceed to oh, I love the smell. I have a question. When you've grated an orange, what do you use the orange for? I really just wanted a grated orange. And yes, I washed the orange, don't worry. Now I don't know what to use the orange for. Can you see it? And now we're gonna add our chocolate chips. We're using this brand. I've never used this brand before. I normally get Lily's, but this is all they had at Walmart. And I went to Walmart, Target, and Publix. So that's what we're working with. And then I found the 50% less sugar cranberries. Could not find the 0 sugar ones. These have fiber in them, so it'll have to do. So it's 1/4 of a cup of cranberries and 1/3 of a cup of white chocolate. And you're supposed to put it in a 9x9 baking pan for 25 minutes at 325. I don't have a 9x9, so we're using this guy. I know it doesn't feel like a lot, but remember you're putting cream cheese frosting on top of this, and then you're gonna be sprinkling more cranberries and chocolate chips on top. So it's gonna taste good. This is what she looks like before she goes in. See you in a little bit, babe. This smells so good. It's completely like dry or what's the word? Cool. So I'm gonna make the cream cheese icing. I don't have powdered like swerve sugar, so what I'm gonna do is take my regular swerve sugar and run it through my coffee grinder or spice grinder if you have one. And you can just make your own powdered sugar. It also saves money, so you're not buying multiple bags of sugar. You only need to buy 2 kinds, regular and brown, and then you can just make your own powdered sugar when you need to. If you've never made powdered sugar before, always like let it sit for, I don't know, 10-15 seconds after you're done like grinding it up, because it literally has like powder that comes out when you open it. So I let it kind of settle before I open it. I will say I did my recipe a little bit differently. I used 1/2 cup of the powdered sugar and the whole block of cream cheese and 1 tablespoon of almond milk. And I have pretty good consistency in my icing. I don't want a watery icing, so I think I'm gonna go with this. Theirs calls for 1/3 of a cup of sugar and 6 tablespoons of cream cheese, but 2 tablespoons of cream cheese will probably just go to waste if I don't use the whole block. So I'm just gonna use the whole block and put the whole thing of icing in here. So I'll probably have to like redo the macros a little bit from what the recipe says. And then, I don't know, I just like the consistency of my cream cheese frosting and it tastes pretty good. So we're gonna spread this on and then we'll add the chocolate chips and the cranberries after. And she's done. She looks gorgeous. I decided not to melt the chocolate just because the coconut oil adds more calories, and just do chocolate chips instead. I don't need the extra calories from coconut oil. Literally, it's 10:30 at night. I am so excited to try these though. She's in the fridge cooling because I just tried cutting a piece and this is how it turned out. So we're gonna let her kind of cool and solidify and then try to cut an actual piece. It's been about 30 minutes. I cut a piece and it cut so much better. Let me show you what it looks like. Ta-da! In all of her glory, our Cranberry Bliss Bar. It makes 16 of these. They're delicious. Cheers. It was so good. I hope you enjoyed this Vlogmas video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, as always. And if you've made these or if you've had them from Starbucks, let me know in the comments. These taste good. Like, I have no cooling effect from the Swerve. And I think if I just eat one piece, I'm not gonna have any like stomach issues. Cause you know, sometimes fake sugar gives you a little bit of a stomach issue, but it's delicious. I highly recommend making these if you're into baking and you wanna try the Starbucks stuff, but you don't wanna eat all the calories and the sugar and break keto, because these are actually really good. I think they're gonna freeze well too. Perfect treat before I go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.